Are we live?
Yeah.
Oh, we're live. Sorry, guys. No countdown. I apologize.
Hello.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the SharpSHOOTers. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties as we were working out some things here. Thank you for a very special night. We are doing another Tuesday night. We cannot do Thursday this week. We apologize. So Tuesday is usually our alternate week. Thank you for joining us if you can make it. As always, we're your hosts, Juice and Danny. Matt, unfortunately, still doing his fatherly duties.
Fatherly.
I think he's taking notes from Christian, I hope, so should be a good dad if he does.
Maybe not too many notes.
What? Christian's like, I hope my dad one day.
All right. Well, I got nothing.
What's your trivia this week, Juice? How about that? Let's start there.
Oh, hello. Sure. So, this upcoming week, tomorrow, in fact, is the 250th episode of Dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
So, I looked into it and I wanted to see who's had the most matches ever on Dynamite. And that is John Moxley at 114 matches out of 250 Dynamites.
Okay.
Not bad. A little under 50%, but still impressive for not 5 years, but 250 episodes. So, my question is, which female wrestler has had the most matches on Dynamite?
Oh, man. I don't know why right away I want to say Nyla Rose, but damn, for some reason my gut says Nyla Rose right away. I don't know why.
So, with 52 matches, it is Britt Baker.
Son of a bitch. That too, I was debating
Um,
between. I was like, she gets hurt. She's been time on the shelf, maybe, but then Nyla Rose isn't on TV as much anymore. So,
Yep. I don't
damn it,
remember. I don't remember farther down than that, but I know Sheeta is right behind Britt at 49.
son of a
So
bitch.
close.
All right. Speaking of females, I assume just because of the name, my apologies if I am incorrect, but Bad Gal Beach, thank you for the follow. One of our new followers about 10 minutes ago, so we appreciate that. Hopefully you get to sign on
Heck
tonight
yeah.
and see some of the show.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome aboard. So, tonight we are doing two segments that we really enjoyed in the past. One we've changed up a little bit, and one we are keeping the same. Let's stick with the one we kept the same first because I really enjoyed that one, and we were supposed to do it last week. This week we are doing another match review. Me and Juice gave each other two matches to review from the past. Maybe we've seen it, maybe we haven't, maybe we like it, maybe we don't. We have no idea. We want to see what the other guy's opinion was. I think you started last week, so I'll start with. Wait, hold on. I think I started with the match you chose and you explained it, so I'll start with my match this week, and you can tell me how you liked it. Does that make sense? Or did I get that
Do you
wrong?
want me to talk about your match, or you talk about
Yeah,
mine?
if that makes any sense. We're gonna start with my match. So I have no
Okay.
idea who started last time. So Halloween Havoc 97, I think. Halloween Havoc is a
Sure.
very common thread for WCW. That's usually where their best matches took place. That's like their best pay-per-view. So Halloween Havoc 97, Rey Mysterio's, in a lot of people's opinion, breakout match in WCW that really put him on the map versus Eddie Guerrero, an instant classic, probably my favorite WCW match of all time. So I figured, I know you don't watch a lot of WCW, I know you definitely don't watch a lot of Rey Mysterio, and I do know you like Eddie Guerrero, so I was interested to see how you would like literally I think he was 19, 18-year-old Rey Mysterio in WCW, maybe 20, I don't know.
This match sucked. No, I'm kidding. So
That's a
yeah. So my
lie.
first thought was I miss Eddie naturally. Um, I miss him. He was awesome. He was jacked too. Holy shit! Like I mean, he was always in good shape. Like relatively, but
Mm-hmm.
97 in particular, he was jacked out of his mind. That was
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, that was
Um,
cruiserweight, so he was really like cut and lean all the time, but he was still like bigger for the cruiserweight, so Yeah,
Yeah.
Jacked Eddie is definitely
I
correct.
I found it interesting, obviously, to watch. And not that this is new to me, but I know this is true in like some ECW and some cruiserweight stuff. But like how like that match was kind of like the outlier for its time. But like if you put that like on today, it's just like every other like norm kind of match,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the evolution of the business. But I think it's crazy. Still impressive. Um, I'm gonna probably get some heat for this one, and I'm truthfully not saying it as a hater. I mean it. I do not like that bodysuit.
Yes. Oh, that's fair. That's
That
totally
gear.
fair.
I don't know. I didn't know if that was like sacred things for Mysterio fans. That gear was not it. I mean,
So
yeah,
it
no.
really depends on the fan. It's definitely iconic just because everyone talks about it, everyone remembers it. But depending on the fan, some fans really, really loved it. Some fans really, really didn't. I'm on the side that didn't. I wasn't a fan of it. It looked weird to me, and he's so
Well,
skinny, so it doesn't really like fit him well. Um, but yeah,
it just
I
didn't
agree.
make it didn't make sense to me because like the stipulation is the title for the mask. Like if Mysterio lost, he would have taken off his mask. But they went out of their way to show you and tell you during the match on commentary that the mask was attached to the bodysuit. So like, if Mysterio lost, is he gonna get naked? Like, what the fuck was he gonna do? Because like, it wasn't like it was the mask and then the bodysuit. It was all one thing. It made no sense to me.
Maybe you
Um,
just can peel it back or just cut it down the middle.
I mean, I think we're getting too deep for '97 WCW standards, but I don't know. I saw that and I was like, okay, sure, I guess. Um,
Funny enough,
I didn't really.
like I would say 4 years later or 3 years later, Vince Russo era-ish, Rey Mysterio lost the mask. He looked awful because he was like such a little. He looked like a child, so like it
Mhm.
was really bad for him.
Yeah. And it made me think like I'm surprised like Ray hasn't defended the mask more in WWE. Like I get it cuz like the idea of like it's sacrilege to take off your mask, but like and they probably know they're never going to do it, but like stakes are still stakes. It gets people talking.
I think they've done it
And
once,
that's what I was going to say. I feel like they've only done it
and
once,
that was
maybe
what I
twice.
believe Jericho for the IC belt. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, they never really pulled that trigger and I
Yeah.
expected more. Um And then I didn't like the ref. Too slow. The counts are too slow for a match going that quick. Like that hurt the pacing. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like but I never really like refs that are. I need a very sweet spot. Like if you're too quick or too slow, it kind of takes me out of it a little bit. That's just personal for me. Like I can deal with a fast count more than a slow count. I only like slow counts more when it's like very dramatic towards the end of a match, but that's me
Interesting.
getting like very wrestling nerdy on you. But
I'm gonna be interested to see how you feel later when we talk about Jeff Jarrett's appearance as a referee at Dynamite last week.
oh well, whatever, man. We already covered that Dynamite. That's history now. It's ancient history.
Was he a ref in that one?
Yeah, that was the finals. We
Oh,
talked
that's
about
right.
that.
You're right. You're right. You're right. We didn't talk about him as a referee though. Anyway,
Well, because it didn't matter. And my last note that I had written down here was the post match was weird. I don't know if you remember it, but like so, Eddie, well Ray won, right? Yeah, duh. But so Ray wins, and Eddie, who I'm assuming is the heel here, like attacks Ray in the corner while he's celebrating with the belt, and then Ray just like rolls out of the ring and walks away. Like it was just very weird. Like he attacked him, and like it was very. I don't know if you remember it that well, but
Ray
like it
had
was
to
just
go.
very
Ray
odd.
already won. Ray just wanted to get out of there. All right, he didn't want to
Yeah,
get beat up again.
it felt weird to even do the attack.
Yeah, I don't. I didn't
Like
understand it, but that's more WCW writing. I also am curious to know, like, because you watched it on Peacock.
Peacock.
I'm curious to know if at that time, like when he rolled out of the ring, if that was not aired. If that was like maybe like a commercial or a sponsor or something, during the actual broadcast, and then
And
like
commentators are still talking.
yeah, that's
I don't
fair
know.
too. I don't know.
Yeah.
WCW
Either way,
wasn't
it was a little
wasn't
odd.
well with storylines back then, so it's quite possible that they
Yeah,
just decided
it
to
was
do
just a
that and
weird
walk away.
moment. Yeah, the match was fine. The match was good though. It don't blow me away, but I liked it.
No, for sure. especially by today's standards, especially with all the matches you've seen with ROH and all that stuff, you've seen a dime a dozen of these, but this was really like one of the first ones. Like, granted, they did it in ECW, but it was on such as big as a platform as WCW.
Mm-hmm.
So this was like
Yeah.
the first huge like pay-per-view where we see like this kind of like, I've never seen anything before that pay-per-view. I've never seen anything like that because I didn't get ECW. Jesus, my parents would have banned wrestling even now if they saw
Okay.
ECW.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I get it.
yeah, no, it was just at that time it was just like a crazy match, and even for Ray, like Ray was always this like scrawny little cruiserweight. Everyone's just like, who, what's this kid gonna do? He did some cool stuff, but that match where it's like, holy shit, this kid can fucking go. Like,
Well,
let's
whatever
see what
happened
he's
to him.
got. Whatever happened.
True shame.
Hall of Famer that keeps wrestling, bro. Like, what do you mean? Whatever
Drugs.
happened? He
That was actually, I was going to ask you that too. I'm assuming at this point he had no surgeries on his knees.
yeah, he
was probably like,
fresh as a daisy.
this was full Mysterio,
Yeah,
not my right knee.
yeah.
Mysterio.
No, for sure, no. So yeah, that was the other thing I was curious about, just because of your style of wrestling and stuff. This was again like really one of the first ones, so I was curious how you liked it and compared it to today's wrestling.
Yeah, I liked it. Hey yo, Keverlast, what's up? Sorry if we missed your comment. I don't know how long ago you wrote that, but hey yo, good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you as always joining us here on the show.
All right.
And okay, my turn. All right. So, the match that I suggested for Danny to watch was the infamous WLC match from the TLC pay-per-view. WLC, it was Torito versus Hornswoggle. And the reason I nominated this match for Danny to watch,
I'm curious,
is because I've heard infamous things about it for years, and I myself have never actually seen it, because at this point, I believe this was shortly after Mania 30.
Yeah.
This was basically during the time when I just stopped again. Like, as happy as I was for Daniel Bryan to win the belt, like when Taker lost, like at that point the network just started. I wasn't really into like paying for that or doing that. I was done. So I never watched this. I never saw it. And I was like, all right, I want to make Danny experience it, and I'm going to sit down and watch it as well so we can talk about it. So you go first, and let's see what you thought of WLC.
So
Rico versus Hornswoggle.
I watched it live. I originally watched it because I was still watching wrestling back then. Because I remember Prime Network. Like, this was when it was just starting. They literally said it every other fucking sentence. So like, it literally brought me back to like $9.99. Network's only $9. Oh my god, it was crazy.
That's how much it was.
But I went into it like upset that they were doing this match. I remember like clear as day. I hated the entire rivalry because I hated Los Matadores. I hated the whole thing. It was such like a gimmicky Mexican like, I hated it. And then Hornswoggle, as much as I loved Hornswoggle as a character with 3MB and stuff, it was just like, all right, this is just gonna be a stupid match. Like, they're not gonna do anything great. It's gonna be dumb, but whatever. I forgot why, but I wound up watching the pre-show that night, and I'm watching this match. And I was like, as they're going more and more, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, this is one of the greatest pre-show matches I've ever seen in my life. I loved like almost the entire thing. I don't know what I didn't like about it, especially when the announcers came out, because this was also, like I told you last week, I hated Cole during this time. I could not stand him. The worst. He was just, whatever was in his ear, vomiting out. Oh my god, it was peak hate Michael Cole. So when they brought out the three announcers and they took over for them and they were going back, oh, that was gold. I loved every part of that. And then everything they did in the match was so smart, because like my whole thing going into it was, this is dumb. You're gonna have these two, what's the politically correct word, little people wrestlers? I don't know what the word is. You're gonna have these two small wrestlers not be able to climb a fucking ladder, not be able to go through a table, not be able to lift up a chair. Like, what are we doing? And then when they brought out everything that their size, I was like, this is genius. This is all working. This is all going great. The fans are like literally eating out of their hands every step of the way. It was a great match. I loved every part of it.
They were literally eating out of their hands. I
Literally
missed that.
eating out of their hands.
Dang. Yeah, I think that's what made it work so much was that it was like that they leaned into it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
if you didn't lean into it that much, it was going to be a flop. And I think that they had so much fun with it. Like, it was impressive how like dumb fun it was. Kickoff was perfect for it.
Yep.
Rather than on the main show, the commentators, the mini table, the mini ladder, throwing away the mini ladder to get a slightly bigger mini ladder was hysterical. I just like
And
it was really funny. I love the commentator that was like, "Oh yeah, how much is WWE Network for you guys? $9.99. Oh yeah, well we get half off."
oh my god, I was
Genius,
crying. That was such a good line.
so good.
When
Um,
and not Gran Torino, little Toro El Toro is
Burrito.
just a good wrestler. Like that's another aspect of it. Like Hornswoggle isn't as good of a technical wrestler, but Toro's a good wrestler. I think that also just was what they needed because he was able to fly around. He was able to do a lot of moves with them and stuff. Even on like seeing, by the way, baby Drew McIntyre was also just like a flashback because
That
he,
little baby
Jesus
face.
Christ, before
Mhm.
the juices, before the juice,
Well,
before juice up Rory
ooh,
McIntyre. Which, by the way,
allegations over here.
can't we talk about that shit show last night? Anyway, um, yeah, no, I really when you gave me the match, I got really excited. I was like, yes, like I can't wait to rewatch this match. And then coincidentally enough, I think like the day before you gave me that match, I was going through TikTok and Hornswoggle had come up and he was talking about that match and like how they were going in and just saying like we're gonna tear their house down because like we have no other choice because they were afraid that like if they didn't, the fans were just gonna turn on them and they were gonna be like dead in the water.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, I wonder if like 10 years ago me would have enjoyed it. I feel like I probably would have had my arms crossed too much to really enjoy it for what it was. I'm being
Like
honest. I just at that point in my wrestling like fandom, I would have been like, "This is fucking dumb." But I
and
mean, it
again,
still was dumb.
the
But
rivalry, like the two big stables weren't like my favorite stables. Again, Los
of
Matadores, I
course,
hated that tag team. 3MB, like they were good at first, and
Mhm.
then they just like obviously, when you're just a jobber squad, you're not gonna after a while just
yeah,
lose your magic. So
in a
yeah,
in a
it just
bubble
sucked.
for its one night thing, it worked. That's
Hmm.
really it. You know.
No, I
But
loved it.
all right,
Yeah, I thought it was really really good. Thank you for that.
nice.
I'm excited for
Cool.
when we choose bad match.
What do you mean when we choose bad? What?
They're coming. They're coming. All right.
Oh boy.
So that is another segment of match reviews. If you guys want us to see any matches, I would love if you guys gave both of us matches to watch, and then we could both review them. We'll let you guys know what week we'll do it. That'd be totally cool. So anyone in the comment section, if you guys have a match that you really like, really don't like, or are indifferent about and want to see what our opinions are, let us know what match, what pay-per-view, what show, what year, and we'll watch it for you guys for sure. That'd be great.
No
Next,
Ryback.
no, we can't tell them no anyone because what if they give
I've
us
done it.
like Yokozuna versus Mabel? I don't know if that ever happened, but like,
I thought you were gonna say Yokozuna versus Ryback. I'm like, Daniel, think reasonably here.
bro, that is a dream match. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, if you're in a coma. Okay, next segment.
All right. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we are doing some what we are going to call wild card blind rankings. So we've been doing some blind rankings in the past, and they've been a lot of fun, and I like them. But one issue personally I've had with them is that not all the names that come up are fun. Like sometimes they're just so like out of the wild card, or I don't know who they are, or whatever the case is, and it's not as fun. And plus, I want everyone to know. Harley01 says, "Hey guys, what's up, Harley? Thank you. Welcome to the
Hey,
show.
yo, Harley.
You were just in time for our wild
Welcome.
card blind ranking. So what we're going to be doing is we each chose 3 topics for the other person, and we chose a number of moments or people or whatever the case is for the other person to blind rank. We don't know what the other person chose for us, so we're going to do it live right now and find out for the first time. We don't know what the moments or the people are, so that's also going to be live and very exciting. Juice, do you want to start it? It looks like your tab's up, so you can start with the first list.
Sure. So this is me giving them to you to do,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes. Okay. And I guess I'll write them in for both or just mine. How do you want to do the
You can just
writing
write them in
part?
for yours. I'll write in mine.
Okay. All right. So first up, we're going to be doing best wrestling towns, wrestling crowds.
Ooh, okay.
You can just go off whatever you want to do. You think the best crowd is. Maybe some that are kind of shitty in comparison. All right. So here we go. Starting off,
Interesting.
let's go with Philly.
And out of curiosity, just let me know. 10 for each one, you said, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be 10 here. So
Okay.
top 10.
10 for each one. What do we saw
First
with
up, we got
Philly?
Philly. Yeah.
Keverlass said F Vegas. I don't even know if Vegas is on the list. Keverlass, we'll find out. Philly, though, is always a hot crowd. I don't know if you can get better than Philly, bro. Philly's pretty good. I'm gonna put Philly 2 just to be safe. But Philadelphia is really always a hot crowd.
All right, next up we got Japan.
If you can do me a favor, if you go to the top list one and just title what we're ranking right now, just for the people at home. So
I will. I'll do it as you go.
Oh, okay. My bad, bro. All right, you said Japan. Japan. Yeah. See, Japan's weird because our style of hot crowd is different in Japan than it is in America. So I got to give Japan respect for how they do their thing. I'm gonna put Japan at 4.
And a 4. All right. All right. Next up, let's go with Toronto.
Toronto's another good one, but Toronto Square Spectrum did not like Philly. By the way, they threw up at the site of Philly. Just so you know.
Ooh.
Toronto's another hot. Man, these are good lists. I'm afraid I already ranked these two too high. Toronto's a good list. Toronto's a good crowd. I'm gonna put Toronto 5.
Toronto 5. All right. How about Dallas?
Dallas, Dallas. They're like really hometown or not, but like they can also get dead sometimes. I'm gonna put Dallas at 8.
Okay. All right. Let's go with Boston.
Boston's good. Boston's always a hot crowd. They can get really angry. I don't know if they're top 3 though. Put Boston 6.
Boston 6. All right, let's go. All right, next up, let's go with Orlando.
Orlando, I'm not
Orlando
a fan.
Crowd.
I'm not a fan. I'm gonna put Orlando 9.
9. Ooh, okay. All right. Next up, let's go with New York City.
I was nervous you're gonna put New York. You put it so late in the list. I gotta go biased. I gotta go 1 with New York.
Ooh, New York City.
I think we're the
1.
Mecca.
All right. All right, we're down to our last 3 here. Let's go with L.A. L.A. crowds.
I'm not big on LA crowds really for any sporting event, to be honest with you. I think a lot of them are fake crowds. I'm gonna go with 10. That's easy.
Wow. Okay. All right. Next up, let's go with Mexico.
We got 2 left and 3 and 7. Mexico's always fire, bro. They love wrestling in Mexico. They are definitely number 3.
Yeah. All right, and that leaves the last one on the list. That leaves Las Vegas.
Oh, I'm fine with this list. I think I did a good job with this one. Yeah, I like this list. I'm good with this.
All right. There you go.
All right, so wrestling towns. I like your first one. That's good. All right, my first one. And let us know at home if you think my rankings were good, not good. I think they were good, personally, but maybe I don't know.
Ooh.
So, World Heavyweight Champions, we're going to 2002 to like 2013, that era. All right.
So this is Big Gold?
This is Big Gold.
Okay.
Big Gold, top 5. Depending on
only 5, okay.
Depending on how you feel about them.
Let's go. Hit me.
Number 1, because we're the number 1 podcast, Rey Mysterio.
Put him at 5.
Put him at 5. What
Easy.
a mistake. That's so rude to put Rey Mysterio at number 5. All right. The Great Khali.
I'm at 4.
Put him at-
I know what you're doing to me. These are all probably going to be ass. I'm just going to work my way up.
I'm
Let's
not
go.
sure what order to give it to you now. All
Let's
right.
go.
Next one. Let's go with King Booker. King
Booker.
Specifically King Booker.
You know what? I know where this is going. Put him at 1.
Put
Put him at 1. Let's go. King Booker, number 1.
The Big Show.
Big Show, put him at 2.
Put him at 2. That leaves the last one, Jack Swagger, at number 3.
I'm fine with this.
How do you like the list?
I'm good with that.
Still
I can live
agree
with
Rey
this list.
Mysterio is number 5 on this list.
Oh, yeah. I'm totally fine with that.
That is atrocious.
The only one because Eddie died. So, clip it.
Clip it. Let him know. All right. That is the bad list. So you have a good, a bad, and a weird. That's the bad list.
Oh, I didn't realize we were doing. Okay.
That's what I'm doing. You don't have to do that.
All right. Back to mine. This is another list of 10. This one we are doing, if you're watching as I'm writing it, it's wrestlers with a Z in their name. Here we go. You ready?
I'm not ready for this. And you know what's wild? This was my idea, and you once again have taken it to a level that I wasn't prepared for. That next time, just like the what if, I need to step up for. This I also now need to step up for. This is a great one. All right, let's go. Let's try this. I'm so scared.
All right, wrestlers with a Z in their name. Zoe Stark.
Zoe. I don't even know. Bro, I have no idea where to write
Let's go.
Zoe Stark. Just started out. Don't know a lot about her. I still like what she's doing. Let's put her at 6.
6? All right. All right, next up, let's go Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn, just to be safe, I'm going to put him at number 1. I love Sami Zayn, so I have no problem with that. He's a good wrestler.
All right. Let's go with Kazuchika Okada.
Ooh, Okada. See, now I know of Okada's greatness, but I haven't personally seen as much of it because I didn't watch Japan as much as I do AEW. So from the little bit I've seen with AEW and with the respect I have to give him, I'll put him at 4.
Okay. Look at that. Look how quick I wrote that out, Danny. Confidence.
I still can't pronounce his name, and you just said it.
Yep. All right, let's go.
Kazuchika Okada.
I bet you didn't even know there was a Z in there.
I did. I did.
All right, let's go with Zelina Vega.
Zelina Vega, 10. I can't stand Zelina Vega.
Wow.
I can't stand
no love
her.
for Zelina.
Never. I've never had any love for Zelina.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see what we got left. Who we got? Let's go with Zack Ryder.
Woo. Zack Ryder, we gotta go Zack Ryder, not Mac Harbona. So Zack Ryder, we gotta go 8. I love him, but he wasn't as good as probably the rest of this list. Harley says that Chicago was number 1. Ooh, you didn't have Chicago as a wrestling town. That's very interesting. That's a good call, Harley.
Yeah, I only picked.
Yeah, you only picked 10. I know.
Yeah.
And
fine list.
Harley also says Miz. Maybe Miz is on this list. We'll find out. We have right now
we'll
5
see.
up, 5 left.
We'll see. Next up, let's go with Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler. I personally love Dolph Ziggler. I wish they did more with him. I'm afraid of what's left, so let's put him at 3 just to be safe. 3, yeah.
Hey. All right, up next, Mercedes Martinez.
Who? Number 9.
Wow, disrespectful, Danny.
You know what it is? I like Mercedes Martinez. They disrespected her, and they haven't done shit with her. So what am I going to put her higher for? What has she done?
All right. Let's go with Zach Knight.
7.
You know who that is?
That's what's her face's brother, right? Saraya's brother.
Saraya.
Yeah, Saraya.
Yep. All right, so we have 2 and 5.
I would put it.
Right.
I would have put Knight lower, but that's all right. Only really one lower. Zack Ryder should be above Knight. Son
Okay.
of a bitch.
Let's go with Penta El Zero.
I have
Penta El
2
Zero Miedo.
and 5 left. You bastard. I'm afraid if we can put a 2. Let's put Penta at 2. I gotta be safe. I'm afraid of who I might have disrespected.
All right, and at number 5, you have Michael Nakazawa.
All right, so yeah, I would have lowered 2 slightly. I'm not too upset with the list. My top 4 I'm happy with, so I'm not too upset.
Okay,
That's
okay.
a good one though. I really like that one. Wrestlers with a Z in their name.
There you go.
Really like that one. All right, my second list for you specifically.
Ooh.
Kurt Angle moments, and I will preface good Kurt Angle moments. So we
Is this
have
a 5 or 8?
8.
10?
We have 8.
8 moments.
Yeah, 8
oh
moments.
Boy. All right, let's go.
All right, first moment. His debut in TNA with the Samoa Joe stare down.
Just the debut. I'll put it at 5.
5. All right.
Yeah, I'll put that at 5 just because it was just a stare down. It was still cool though. It was dope that he showed up.
Next one, Milk Truck.
Oh, Milk Truck's 1.
Milk Truck's 1. Nice and
Love
early. That. All right.
Woo!
Shane McMahon street fight at King of the Ring.
Let's go 4.
Okay.
I'll go 4 with that because like that was more Shane than Kurt.
I mean, that was Shane taking the bumps, but Kurt was the one physically carrying him through the match.
It was. I love the match. I don't really think of. Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. Interesting. So let's see what you think of this one. HBK WrestleMania 21 match.
Put that at 3.
Okay. Going back to TNA, when he held all 3 belts simultaneously, the night he won all 3.
Yeah, you know what? Put that 1 at 8.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm never crazy about belt collector stuff. Like it's fine, but it was a little. Yeah. That's
okay.
8.
First WWE title win at No Mercy 2000. WWE title win. You got 3 left.
I'm gonna go 6 because I'm hoping something else is on this list. And I want to put that at 2. So give me 6 for that.
All right.
And we got 2 more, right? Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see what we got.
The infamous Sexy Kurt performance.
That's it. Put it at 2.
Yes.
That's what I was waiting for. I was like, Sexy Kurt's got to be on there.
And that means at number 7, you have the Daniel Puder shoot fight on SmackDown.
Yeah, I would have put that shit at 8.
Oh, interesting. All right.
Yeah, I hated Puder. I hated him.
Puder too.
Even before he pulled that stunt, I didn't like him in the Tough Enough. Yeah, hated it. I would have put that at 8, hands down.
Interesting. All right. Very nice.
Let's go.
How do you like it?
It's good. I'm good with it. I probably would have put the first WWE title win at 3.
And then moved everything down a little bit.
I jumped the gun with the other matches, but it's fine.
Sweet. All right. What's my last list?
Your last one is color commentators.
All right. This is a good one.
Here we go. So we got first up. Let's go with Taz.
You got 10 color commentators. There's only so many you can choose.
Yeah, this is 10, by the way.
I know.
Names.
There's only so many you can choose, but I'm afraid. All right. I can't read your mind. I just gotta go with who you tell me. All right, Taz. Taz, we're gonna put at 5.
5. Okay.
I like Taz personally. I've always liked Taz.
Okay. Let's go with Lawler. We thinking Jerry King.
So, oh man. See, I like Jerry the King Lawler, but he was always like the funny sidekick. He never really like told us what the hell was going on in the matches most of the time. Let's put him at
Yeah, but that's
6.
color commentator. That's the color commentator, though. They don't really.
Oh, that's just
do
fair. That's not
play-by-play.
the play-by-play guy. You're right. No, you're
Yeah.
right. I'm thinking of this wrong then. I was thinking of like both guys there. No, you're talking about just the color
Yeah, no,
commentators.
color commentator is really just the person that's like the personality. They're not really doing the play-by-play.
No, you're
spots
totally
and
right. You're totally right. All right, so
Yeah.
Taz still stays at 5. Lawler, let's go 1 then. I love Lawler as the
Ooh.
sidekick, the color commentator.
Wow. Okay. All right. Let's do Booker T next.
Booker, I was never a fan of. I'm not gonna lie. Let's put Booker 9. I was never really a fan of Booker on commentary.
Oh, messed that up.
Hey, what are you taking to school of Danny?
It's still right when you say it phonetically. It's Paul Heyman.
Oh man, I know you have Heenan on this list. I just realized, and I should have saved one for Heenan, but that's
You don't
all right.
know.
That's
Miz
all
wasn't
right.
on the last list. They may not be on this one.
Heenan. I mean Heyman. I want it.
Yeah, I said it's Paul Heyman.
Heyman. I can't. What if you don't have Heenan? You're right. Heyman's gotta go too. I just gotta go with what you gave me. Heyman's gotta go too right now. Oh man, I'm so scared I mess up this list already.
All right, next up, Corey Graves.
Uncle Paul, he's right, man. Corey Graves, he's all right. I'm not like a crazy big fan of Corey Graves, but he's not the worst either. I think Taz is better than him. Let's put Corey Graves 6. He's still got room to grow though. He's probably gonna be higher on this list one day.
All right, let's go JBL.
JBL's fun. Let's put JBL. You still got 5 left. Fuck. Let's put JBL 4.
All right.
That's
Don West.
That's the mistake. Don West, number 10.
Wow.
Don West. Oh man.
Not a Don West guy, huh?
You know, he was better at the selling the ads in between than he was on color commentary.
Yeah. I feel you. All right. Let's see who we got on here. Who's left? Let's go with Jesse the Body Ventura.
I knew I made a mistake. Do I put him at 3? If you have Heenan and I put him any lower than 3, I'm a terrible person. Got to put Ventura at 6 and take the chance. I love Ventura though. I think Ventura should be higher.
You mean at 7?
At 7, shit, even worse. I think Ventura should be higher. Yeah, put him at 7.
Okay, so we got what? 2 left?
2 left.
Yeah, let's see. All right, which name am I gonna give you? Let's see. Let's go with Nigel.
You're killing me. I don't know who you have left. I gotta put Nigel at 8, and let's see who you have left.
All right, and then number 2, you have.
Yes.
3.
All right.
I'll be the Brain Heenan.
So Heenan should be 1. I admit that I did mess up there. But respectively, Heenan probably wouldn't have made it to 1 if you left him for last, because I would have been freaking out this whole time. And Ventura should definitely be higher. I would have put Ventura probably 4. I think Ventura is always a really good commentator, so I probably put him 4 or 5. And then maybe Nigel switch with Graves. I don't think that's a crazy terrible ranking for Nigel, but yeah. All right. Damn it. I knew I messed up right away. The second I said Lola number 1, I was like, Heenan's there, and I fucked up. I know Heenan's there. How can he not be?
All right.
My last one.
Me. Drinks drunk by wrestlers?
Is it drunk or drank? Isn't drank past tense? Drunk?
It might be drunk. Drinks drunk. Either way.
Drinks that wrestlers have consumed. Just to be safe.
It's all right. I got you. All right. So how many is this?
Chance. We got 5 here.
5. Let's go.
First one. Water. Nice and simple. Wrestlers drink water all the time.
You know what? I'm gonna put water at 5.
Ooh.
You wanna know why? Because they're never really drinking it. They're spitting it. They're spitting it out.
That's fair.
Whether it's Triple H or someone's drinking it and spitting it at the wrestler during the match. Yeah, put that one at 5. I'm good with that. They don't really drink it.
All right. That's fair. What about milk?
Milk's got to go at 2.
Milk's got to go at 2. Freebird says there's ample hydration behind the scenes, though. Referring to the water.
Oh, well, yeah, behind the scenes. Okay, yeah. I mean,
we only care about what's on TV, all right?
Yeah, I want to know what I see.
And then he said Jack Swagger looks like he drinks milk. So does Kurt Angle.
He drinks a lot of milk. Yeah,
all right. Our third drink on the list, we have blood.
Give me blood at 3.
Give you blood at 3.
Again,
who doesn't like some iron in their diet?
Blood. You know what? No, put blood at 4.
Oh,
again, they're not really drinking the blood. Like if you
I
pick
disagree.
That got spit.
Gangrel drank blood.
He spit it out again.
Not all the time.
Then,
I think Kevin Thorne drank some blood.
I'm going blood at 4.
All right, that's fair. All right, so we got 1 spot and 3 spot left. Next one, beer.
Yeah, I'm putting beer at 1.
Can't chance it. Got to put beer
I'm
at
going
1.
beer at 1. Austin drinking the beer, handing it to other people. They drank the beer, and then they got stunnered. Yeah, that's got to be number 1. Sandman, he drank a little bit too. He hit it over his head a lot, but yeah. 1.
Freebird said it was the only thing Gangrel was good at was drinking blood, and being carried by the rest of his stable. Shots fired at Gangrel. Ouch.
Wow.
I mean, Gangrel's at home taking care of a kid right now, bro. That's just rude. Anyway, at number 3, you have. I'm gonna just type it out.
I know what you're gonna do.
Oh, what the hell? Why that?
What the heck?
Here so low. Hold on 1 second.
What the hell?
I don't know what happened there.
But again, no. Tea flavored tea. Oh, you know what though? I'm fine with that at 3 because at least he drank it. Like that's my guiding, kind of light here. Honestly, I thought you were going to go with Prime. That's like halfway in. I was like, shit, he's going to put Prime on this, isn't he?
I was thinking about it, but I was like, no, let me do with the stuff that like the wrestlers are doing and not the thing I also hate right now.
Yeah, you know what? I'm perfectly good with this list. Because the bottom 2 don't really get drank; they just get sipped and then spit out. Flavored tea, man. Homeboy drank that. He knows what he did.
I love it so much. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm good with this.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. I think this was a success, man. I really, really enjoyed this. Both lists were really, really good and a lot of fun.
Heck yeah!
I definitely got to step up some of my weird lists compared to yours for next time for sure. But that was great.
Yeah, well, they were good. Wrestlers with Z though.
Wrestlers with a Z is my favorite one out of all 6, for sure. People at home, watchers at home, if there's any list that you want us to blind rank, you could send it to either myself or Juice, and we'll come up with the list for the other person. Damn it, Freebird. Freebird put wrestlers.
Rizzler.
So, with that being said, we now go to our only consistent segment. Where's Matt at?
We're not taking a commercial? We're just going?
Yeah, no, we got another hour before ad starts. We took some commercials.
As long as we're good. Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Making sure we were good.
We're good.
All right, yeah, let's see. So where's Matt at? Matt, where are you at?
Matt? Oh, he's at home with the kid. No, he's at home with the kid. He's with
Matt.
Oh, God. All right. Well, Matt, once again, cannot join us, especially on Tuesdays. He told us he can't join us. Unfortunately, this week we had to do it Tuesday. Hopefully next week he'll be back with us on Thursday. He really just doesn't want to hear me talk about how much I like Briscoe now. That's what I've come to terms with. But with that being said, where would you like to start in this week in wrestling? Do you want me to start with WWE talk? Do you want to start with AEW talk?
I want to start with how happy I am, at least, that Matt, at the time that he's taken off, is at least watching the stream on our YouTube channel, which you all can too. If you take a few minutes of your day, at the link below, go to our link tree. There's a YouTube channel with all of our episodes from the last year on there, which, yes, we are over the 1 year mark now. So congrats to us. We did it. And you can also go to our Twitter page and here where you already are on our Twitch page. You can follow and subscribe to us on all of those socials and support us. And as always, if you have Amazon Prime, guess what? It's a great time of the year. It's Prime Days, Prime Day, baby. You can use your Prime account, link it with your Twitch account. You get one free gamer sub that you can give to anybody that's playing, that's anybody that has a Twitch account. You can share it with us, and we get one free sub to support us, and it doesn't cost you anything. I believe it was Brandy that once said, the sub don't cost a thing. So, yeah, I think that's pretty good. Right, Danny? What would you say?
Yeah, I agree. I think that actually works. I
Right?
like it.
Remember that song? It was from like the late 90s.
Yeah. We'll
Good.
sing it one day on the podcast. I don't think we'll get any licensing problems with that.
We'll get that market. So now that the housekeeping's over and done with, we can move on to let's start with let's see. Well, it was a short week for us, so AEW wise, the only thing we really have is this Rampage and Collision. So, and then WWE there was a SmackDown and a Raw. So I don't know how much you have, but
yeah, a little bit here and there. What do you want to start with AEW since it's shorter?
Yeah, I'll just start with what I got. So first note, FTR back apparently.
Let's go.
Didn't really see that coming. I don't know when they're going to be cleared to wrestle. I don't know when Dax is going to be in the ring. He might just be like back for now, like to be on TV, going all in. I don't know, like how I mean, it's only been like because that was what before Double or no, it was right, because he wrestled at Double or Nothing. This was like mid-June, I feel like, beginning of June. It's only been like a month. He can't be heel, man.
What was the injury again? I forgot.
He fucked up his back, I think, at at Dynasty against the Bucks.
I mean, to be honest with you, unless he had surgery, if he just done like a bunch of PT and just like rehab and stuff, a month maybe. Especially because he was already wrestling through the injury. It's not like he's going to wait till he's 100%. He's just going to wait till he doesn't feel the pain anymore.
Yeah, the whole thing was that he, like, I won't say lied, but he kept it a secret all that time and didn't tell anybody that he was that hurt, and he kept wrestling. I'd really like to think that he took the time to get better. And that they're on AEW's side, not, like, letting this happen. And we can get to that more a little bit. I'll get to that with the WWE side of things, but I feel like as much talent as there is these days, you don't gotta be rushing these people back to wrestle and be on TV and hurt themselves.
Agreed.
Let them heal. Let them rest, man. And I don't. My gut just says he's not.
I agree.
But we'll see how things go. But I'm glad they're. I mean, if he's healthy, I'm glad they're back. It does
make sense that they come back in Canada because that's always like their, Bret Hart, all that kind of legacy that they keep running with. So
I'll admit, I'm surprised that didn't leak like online because they pre-taped that Collision.
Yeah,
you knew that.
Yeah,
and I mean, I'm glad I didn't know. Usually that stuff would leak like, oh, FTR returns, and like I didn't even know. So I'm glad that was a nice surprise. What else do I got here? WWE wise.
No, AEW.
Okay, I mean AEW wise. Let's talk about the trios championship situation.
I'm so mad about that. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. I'm disappointed in them.
So for anyone that did not watch or does not keep up with it, what happened was the Bang Bang Gang, consisting of the Guns and Jay White, are currently the trios champions. Jay White is apparently hurt, they're saying. I don't know how true that is, but they're saying he's injured. And because of that, Juice Robinson was going to step in and be the third man of the tag team, of the trios champions.
Which they've always done. When you're in a goddamn stable and you have an extra member and one of you guys is hurt, they've always allowed it. But continue.
To be fair, not really. Like, yeah, there's the Freebird rule and New Day. It hasn't really been an established thing. I take issue with where Daniels comes out and says, no, you guys can't do that. But because all three of you aren't physically capable of defending, we have to strip you of the belts. I take issue with that because the first thing I thought of, I don't know if you did, was something in chat or just...
Yeah.
What they say?
Freebird said, Freebird rule. What is the Freebird rule?
Well, Freebird, I will pause here and tell you if you don't really know. I'm assuming you do.
He
But
said,
if you
I don't know.
don't,
He
the
might be
Freebird,
serious. He said, I feel like I should know
yeah,
what that is. He might be serious.
that's fine. So the Fabulous Freebirds were a trio back in the day on like an NWA and all that stuff, and they were tag team titles, and two of them would win them, but any of the three could defend the tag titles at any time. Similar to what the New Day kind of did, where like Xavier Woods and Kofi would win them, but at any time, any of the two of the three could defend them, and it would count. That's considered the Freebird rule amongst wrestling circles. Um, so they're not doing that here. They're honoring the idea of the three people that win them and the three people that defend them, and that's cool. But I take issue with it because I don't know about you, but the first thing I thought of was Full Gear this past year. They literally did it where MJF and Adam Cole was injured, couldn't defend the tag belts. They kept him on MJF, and then they let Joe team with MJF at Full Gear to defend the Ring of Honor tag team titles. Like, and that's where I get annoyed because it's like those are the inconsistencies that they don't usually do in AEW, and this one slipped through the cracks, and I don't like it.
No, that's why I said
Um,
disappointed. I agree. I also think like very, very poorly. The whole segment was just bad. And then it got worse.
well, yeah, now again, it got worse because then they said they immediately scheduled a match between the Patriarchy and the Guns and Juice Robinson to crown new trios champions. So it's like now you're either giving them right back to the Bang Bang Gang, just a way to get it on Juice and not Jay without doing the Freebird rule, or you're giving it to the Patriarchy and it just comes off like you didn't want Jay White to get a loss. It doesn't make sense. I don't think it's that one. So if he's hurt, he's hurt. That's the end of it.
Which is fine.
But you
Where
could
I'm
have
most
easily
coming
just
from
had them
is
defend them and lose them.
where I'm coming from is Patriarchy. Were they the number one contenders?
They no, well, no, that's the whole thing. The House of Black were, but then Buddy got hurt, took time off, but then Patriarchy went to the Bucks to kind of jump that line. So that's why there's a story. So that I don't mind.
No, but I
Because
get that.
clearly
But
that's gonna.
but CD Christopher Daniels wouldn't have followed the Bucks trend with that. He would have made it more like the good EVP would have made this a more fair playing field and had like maybe not another tournament because we just did one, so I get that. But like some type of gauntlet match or some type of rumble or something where you have all like you have the conglomerate that you guys are pushing. You have still House of Black. You have
That's true.
you can do Acclaimed and Billy. Like you have so many trios now. We were just talking last week about how like they've really gotten a lot of trios where you could just do something with them and still put it on Patriarchy or still put it on Bang Bang Club. I don't care. But now at least it doesn't look like why just those two. You know what I mean? That was my problem with that. I was like, why is just these two just going 1-on-1, like 3-on-3? That doesn't.
Yeah.
Where's
I
everyone
get
else?
it. Hey, listen, maybe a week or two from now, the booking will make sense, but it really, I don't see how it can
Yeah,
out of this one. It just feels like, why do this?
wasn't a big fan of it.
Yeah. Moving on, something nicer. Roderick Strong, Dalton Castle was awesome.
Such a good match.
Big fan of both those two.
Yep.
Strong is going to challenge Mark Briscoe now for the title at Death Before Dishonor. And I find it interesting it's going to be shortly after Blood and Guts, so they could do a situation where Mark gets banged up and loses it. We'll see.
Another trio
We
there,
didn't
by
really
the way.
Was that?
Another trio there, the Kingdom, by the way.
Yeah, no, very true. And the conglomeration. Um, I did want to talk about the hologram mystery wrestler. We didn't talk about it last time. What are your thoughts on that?
Uh,
You know what I'm talking about?
You're talking about for Blood and Guts.
No, the hologram, the mystery wrestler with the coming soon and the mask and jumping through the portal. We don't know who it is.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
So you haven't been seeing those segments?
No.
So the last 2 weeks they've aired
So
them on
I've
Collision.
been watching on the stream, so sometimes they skip like some stuff. So I don't know. Maybe I didn't see it.
Interesting. So they've been airing these vignettes the last 2 weeks on Collision, and they're claiming that this week he's going to be debuting. There's a wrestler. They're showing the back of him, and he jumps through like a portal, and it does like the Chris Jericho Titantron thing where you're traveling through the portal,
Mm-hmm.
and then it shows like a bunch of like code and words, and it says like hologram, blah blah blah, and it's like coming soon, and then it's a wrestler with like a mask, like a luchador mask, and some people have speculated that it could be Ricochet being Puma. Some have speculated that it could be Sammy Guevara with the whole Jericho thing. Um, and someone else has pointed out that it's not someone that follows luchadors, that it's not a known luchador's mask. So I'm curious what you think. I'm leaving out something on purpose, but I'm curious what you think.
Hold on, so I'm looking at it now because it's a quick 20 seconds. So this guy
Yeah,
jumps through
like
the
you watching
portal.
it right now? Okay.
This guy has short hair and stuff. Okay, so that's a Jericho. That's a Jericho aspect of it. So if it is Sammy Guevara, he dyed his hair because that guy looks like he has like blonder hair. That's a weird mask.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I won't share the next part because I want to keep it a little bit of a mystery for you, but apparently it has leaked who it may be. Um, Out of all those names that I've said, I'm not going to elaborate, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on it. But I'm glad I brought it up because clearly you had no idea.
Yeah, that's the first time I saw that. That's crazy. Um,
Yeah. So I guess keep an eye on Collision this week.
so if it started a few weeks ago, is this what WWE did when they thought they signed Sting all those years ago, and then he went back to TNA and they started airing those promo packages before they actually signed Sting?
Yeah. I don't. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, again, they started the last 2 weeks on Collision, so they've aired July
Okay,
6th and
so
13th so far.
it could be Ricochet because at that point he had a good idea that he wasn't re-signing and stuff, so he could have reached out. So it could be Ricochet. I don't see
Yeah.
it being Sammy. I don't see why they would put Sammy in a mask. I think that kind of defeats the whole purpose of him, unless they make it very obvious that it's Sammy, which, you know, I can kind of go with that depending on what kind of route they're gonna go.
We shall see.
I don't think it's gonna be. Is it someone we know? Like
Well, I'm not going to elaborate any further than that
well, if I don't know them, then why am I gonna be excited about them?
because that's the fun in watching the show. That keeps you interested.
Well, no, I'm saying because I still won't know who's under. I don't know, whatever. Freebird says, I know
It's
nothing
fun.
about this hologram, but it's immediately given Sin Cara vibes. See, it's Sin Cara 2.0. And Harley said Prince Puma. So they think it's Prince Puma for sure. So it's interesting.
Look at
Yeah, I'm
that.
not sure.
We'll see.
But I don't think it's Sammy. And I could definitely see it being Ricochet, though. Because I remember Prince Puma, and that was like when he was at his peak anyway. So I think
Mhm.
that would be good for him if it is Ricochet because you put him back under the mask, and he's definitely more comfortable with that. I think he wanted to do the mask when he came to WWE, and they
We'll
just
see. We'll
didn't
see
let him.
soon enough.
So all right,
So I have 3 more points on AEW, and then we can move on to WWE.
okay.
Blood and Guts. Who do you think the final 3 are for the team AEW? So far, it's Swerve and Mark Briscoe.
Well, Darby
Who do
for
you think?
sure.
Yeah, I was thinking,
I think
yeah,
that's gonna
Darby.
happen tomorrow night, where he like calls him out at 250, and then that sets up
Okay.
for that.
Who do we
And
think? Who
then
do we think
the
feels
other
so?
two, I really don't know because like they haven't. I'm gonna assume the Acclaimed. That's where just based on the storyline, that's what makes sense because the Acclaimed is trying to feud with them for the tag belts and stuff. So that would be the one that makes the most sense to me. But also Acclaimed haven't who was the last match they just had against? It wasn't against them. Haven't they? Didn't they just start a feud with someone else, or was it with the Bucks? Their last match, I forgot.
No, well, they fought the Bucks and they beat them to earn the title shot.
Yeah. Okay. For
And
some
then they
reason, I
fought them
thought
in.
Billy Gunn did something else with someone else. So yeah, so I could see it being the Acclaimed. Harley says maybe Mox and Claudio. I don't think they're gonna do more with Blackpool Combat Club because I think they already kind of did that with Danielson.
Last year.
And
Yeah.
especially with Swerve specifically saying how he's gonna do what Brian couldn't do and lead Team AEW to a win, I don't think Mox and Claudio are gonna join them for that.
Yeah.
And then Harley's saying if FTR gets cleared by then, FTR could be another one if they do
I
get
hope
cleared.
not,
I
man.
just don't.
Honestly,
Yeah,
yeah.
coming off the injury, right?
I'd rather they just do the Acclaimed. I know everyone's kind of sour on them right now, and they don't think they should like be in this like position. I don't care, man. I'm still entertained by them enough for what they are. Yeah, I'd rather the Acclaimed than any of those options, but
I mean, I don't.
because Mox is cold now because he
Yeah.
got the match at Naito. He
hmm
hasn't really done anything since, which is fine. He needs probably a little cool off for whatever he's going to do it all in.
Plus,
But
they're always in those matches. Give another team or another some other faces a break. Like I love that Swerve's in it. We haven't seen Swerve in a Blood and Guts. That's gonna be so dope to see
yeah,
Swerve in it. Darby, we've seen them all the time, but it is what it is. Briscoe, we haven't seen in a Blood and Guts. We've seen him in. I'm sure you've seen him in matches similar to that, and we've seen him in some hardcore matches. But
oh
I
yeah,
got a feeling this Blood and Guts match is about to be crazy. What would be kind of cool? I know they won't do it, but get the rest of the conglomeration in there. Help Briscoe out. Team up with him. Get Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly in there. But that just won't make sense for the storyline. I mean, it would,
I was
but it
thinking that, but
wouldn't.
I feel like if you were going to do that, you would have done all three at
Yeah,
once, like
that would have been
market
named
it. Like
already.
why would
I
you
agree.
wait on that? That's all.
I agree. I agree. So I do think the
Oh,
Acclaimed. But if they service with two other guys, I wouldn't be upset, depending on the guys. But I wouldn't be too upset. Harley said one of them might be Tony Khan, which I would go crazy for if Tony Khan put himself in Blood and Guts.
I'll tell you right now.
You'd stop
If
watching.
that happens, no, I won't stop watching. I'm not going to get dramatic about it, but if that happens, I won't watch that episode. I have no interest in seeing that shit, man. I'm
What if they
sorry.
just chuck Tony off the top of whatever structure they're gonna go on top of for Blood and Guts?
No, he'll end up. It'll just look like a fucking 30-foot pillow, and then it'll look stupid. Yeah, no, thank you, no,
They'll
thank you.
just
Moving
catch
on.
him.
Now
They
I don't
won't
want to
even
talk
let him
about this anymore.
fall. They're just a bunch of wrestlers down there to catch him. Be like, ah, we got you. It's okay.
Okay, so Sky Blue, it was very cool to see her again wrestling. She hasn't been on in a bit. I feel like really doing anything substantial. Um, did you get the same feeling I did about Sky Blue, where it seems like they're giving her a little bit of a reset?
Yeah, which it makes sense because I feel like when they turned her, she was really attached to Julia Hart, and whatever's going on
Yeah.
with Julia, I don't know if she's hurt or if they're just giving all of Jesus Christ, why can't I think of their name? The group's
House
name.
of Black.
Yes, House of Black a break. But if
Yeah.
Julia's not there, then the Sky character isn't as effective, I feel like. So you kind of need to give it a reset. You can keep that dark character and the heel thing, but you need to kind of let her be her own thing now. So it
Well,
makes sense to me.
yeah, and that's what I like is that she was still being heel, but she had like a different edge to her,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that better. I didn't really like care for the gothic thing too much for her, like at least on her own, like you said.
I didn't
So I'm
mind the
intrigued by it.
yeah. The gothic thing doesn't work when you're not because she wasn't a leader. She was a follower. So when you have no one to follow, then it's like you're just like kind of emo. You're not really a gothic person. You're just like
Yeah,
by
and I just don't
yourself.
think she was. I just don't think she's as comfortable like doing that kind of a character,
No,
like
that's fair.
rather than what she can do now as this heel. But we'll see. I like it. I like that she's getting some reps again. She was a high point of last year for me, at least as a fan. Um, all right, my last AEW thing is kind of not AEW related. Did you happen to watch that Prestige Wrestling show? The link I sent you
I
by
did
chance or
not,
no?
but I was interested in it based on the card you sent me.
So I'm intrigued by Athena because I don't know if you know what they've been doing with her lately, but she's still Ring of Honor Women's Champion. She's defending the belt against Queen Aminata at Death Before Dishonor. But they've been doing this story lately with her where she's injured. She's like, "Oh, I'm hurt, I can't wrestle," but she hasn't really wrestled in a while, like a few months, and everybody wasn't really sure if it was like a legit tweak or injury or she's faking it. And this past weekend, she wrestled full match, like 10, 15 minutes, and she wore like a full on boot the whole match. And she limped in it. It looked legit. And I don't know if she's just doing a masterful job of selling, but I'm really curious if she's hurt and they're just keeping the belt on her to like pad or get to Death Before Dishonor. Like it's just, again, it's I'm going back to my injury thing where I was talking about like it's unfortunate. Like she's had this belt for so long. You didn't pull the trigger on Billy Stark, so you gave her another title, which fine. But now Athena's gonna have to lose the belt because of injury to Queen Aminata. Like
Yeah,
I
that
like Queen
sucks.
Aminata, but like it just feels like they could have done better here. And
That's not the
now,
person to dethrone Athena with the kind of reign she's been having for the past few years and stuff. Like with what she's
Yeah,
doing and
and
stuff.
listen, maybe I'll eat my words, and it's gonna make a star rather than giving it to like Sheeta or Nyla Rose, which is I'd rather Amanada to be honest. But it's just I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with Athena. I don't know if she's legit hurt or just faking it. Because like I thought she was just storyline faking it, but she wrestled the whole match in a boot, was limping the whole time. It looked rough, man.
Yeah,
So
that's
I don't
and
know.
that's stupid if they're making her do that. Like if you're wrestling in a boot, you really should not be wrestling. So that's kind of shitty, also.
And that's where I
So
feel like you have to
you
be
hope that's
cleared, right? Like,
yeah.
how do you not get
But
cleared?
I mean, some people, I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's strange.
I'm fingers crossed it's storyline
Yeah,
because
it
she's
has
doing
to
a
be.
great job though with
It
it.
has to be. You can't wrestle in a boot. That doesn't make sense. It has to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, that's all I got for
Alright.
AEW. So we can dive in out of the other side of the wrestling if you like.
So I don't know if I'm just on a high with wrestling lately, but I'm enjoying a lot of WWE, with the exception of like I think the two, and even actually the Wyatt Six. I'm coming around to a little bit more. Bloodline, I'm still pretty out on. I'm not really liking what they're doing with the Bloodline stuff, but that's neither here nor there. So I actually have a lot of WWE stuff to talk about. I'll give you like a quick rundown with what I can.
Yeah.
Let's start with SmackDown. So SmackDown pretty much setting up SummerSlam Cody versus Solo title. That's the big story. Randy. Also, though, what I liked, and I don't know if you saw the clip, and this is what I'm more interested in, is Viper Randy is starting to show a little bit of signs of peeking out, which is great. He had a backstage segment where he was telling Cody, like, when all this stuff with the bloodline is done, everyone's going to be coming after your belt, and I'll be there to help you out. Like, pausing there so everyone can be like, oh, he's going to be first in line for the WWE Championship when the whole bloodline storyline's done. So that's already sowing the seeds for Orton versus Rhodes down the line, which is pretty cool. Yes, Freebird, Solo is trash. You will not hear anyone here disagree. So that's the WWE Championship. Supposedly, Nick, go ahead.
Are you moving on from that storyline?
Yes, because I hate the bloodline.
Okay, before you do, I have a hot take that might change between now and SummerSlam, but I don't mean this ironically, and I think you knowing me know that. I think Solo Sikoa should beat Cody at SummerSlam. I mean it.
I don't know what to say to that.
I think he should beat him. Because what are we gonna do?
He should win the belt? You think Solo Sikoa should be the champion? Now
think about it. We're gonna get another year. We're gonna get another year-long reign. Another year-long reign from Cody Rhodes, where he's just gonna post until he fights The Rock for it at 41 or something. Like, at least you do this. Solo gets the belt. Roman comes back. You can do something with that now, and then you got Cody and Roman confused through the fall with each other. I would be impressively surprised by it because there's nothing wrong with a short reign. Like,
so
I don't know.
Before
where does Cody go after this?
Freebird said, "Why to do a whole Roman Reigns thing with Solo?" Which you just answered the exact opposite. You want to do a short reign with that, which is fine.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be a long reign for Solo either.
I was thinking when they were making the match, as much as I hate Solo and don't want him to be champion, the only way for them to really solidify this new tribal chief bloodline is to have Solo win 100%, because
there's nothing wrong with hot
hasn't
potato
done shit. Anything. He sucks.
It's okay to hot potato it. It really is.
It's okay. And then Cody can even get it back. I don't care. Down the line, you don't need Roman to win it. You can have Roman, you can have the rematch, and then that's what costs Solo is Roman coming back or his music hitting, and then Cody gets the belt back, and then you could have Cody and Randy down the line. That's totally fine.
It's a more exciting avenue they can take.
But
that's my hot take.
I 100% agree with you. I think the only way to get more people bought into whoever's out of it into the bloodline storyline is to make Solo the champion, because that's what's killing the storyline for a lot of people, is that he's not a believable leader. Like, he hasn't done anything to make you think that he's a killer. You all of a sudden make him kick Cody Rhodes' ass at SummerSlam. Well, now I have to believe. You know what I mean? Like, now, shit, what am I going to say? He's not the champ. Like,
yep.
No, I agree. I don't think they're going to do it, but I 100% agree. I think that's what would make a good SummerSlam match for me. That would be a good twist. Sweet. No, that's funny that you
Sorry,
said that.
continue
No,
now.
that's funny you said that. I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Um, that's why I gave you that face. I was like, what? What do you say? Okay, so that was that. No Nick Aldis supposedly that night. So LA Knight had a weird segment where he went to his office. A lot of people were waiting outside his office. He came out, told them that Nick Aldis was busy. He'll see them later. Later on during the show, they were reporting that Nick Aldis was not there, but Mr. LA Knight came out with a contract for SummerSlam for a U.S. title match against Logan Paul. Logan Paul was not there that night, so I assume he's going to get it signed. He said, one way or another, I'm going to get this signed. Now, my thing for this whole little segment is, are they going to do a thing where he's got to go on, like, Logan Paul's show or whatever? Because if he waits till next week and no Nick Aldis, technically Nick Aldis should be taking that contract away. But if it's already signed by the time he gets to SmackDown next week, then they'll probably go through with the match, in storyline. So I'm curious where they're going to go with that, because that's an interesting storyline, because a lot of people are waiting to see Nick Aldis, and no one could because he wasn't there. So not sure what they're doing with that.
All right. Well, I'll make another hot take here. If LA Knight doesn't beat Logan Paul for the U.S. title at SummerSlam, the LA Knight era is over. That's it. I'm done with it.
I kind of think the LA Knight era has been over.
I agree, but this is the last chance.
They're like really fucking it up. Personally, that's what I think.
I agree. He's still getting reactions though. He's basically the Jey Uso of SmackDown.
Yes.
But he's more talented. But whatever.
Agree.
If he doesn't beat him at SummerSlam, you can't redeem that.
No.
A lot of fans.
All right. Two more things from SmackDown, but I 100% agree with you that, and also just Logan Paul needs to get the belt off him. There's just no reason to keep the belt on him, like whatever. Two more things. The show pretty much opened with Tiffy Time coming out, celebrating the thing. Nia Jax had a match against, I think, Mia Yim. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Yes. Had a match against someone, squashed them, started beating them up after the match. The only reason I bring this up is because I really like how the segment ended. Started beating them after the match. Bayley came out to make the save, beat up Bayley, did her finisher on Nia, did her finisher on Bayley, so Bayley's laying in the middle of the ring. Nia goes to leave, and the referee's still on the apron, so Tiffany goes over to the ref with the briefcase and like goes to hand it to her or whatever, and then you see Nia come over and be like, what the hell are you doing? So they take the briefcase and leave. And then the backstage segment, she's like, what was that? And Tiffany was like, I wasn't sure of the rules. I was just asking the referee what if, and I was just asking him about the rules just to make sure I understood everything. I was like, all right, that's cute. Like, this is going to be a little, like, back and forth where Nia treats Tiffy as her, like, she said, her own personal Barbie doll. But then Tiffany's, I think, going to get the upper hand at one point, obviously, because she has
they're doing the Bliss story.
It's again. Good. I love it. It's so funny to me. And then the last thing, how SmackDown ended, just because this is pretty much the breakup of Waller and
Theory.
They had a rematch for the tag belts. Pretty squash. Like DIY won it in quick succession because they were trying to get the aftermath, which was Jacob Fatu clearing house. So they won the belt. Jacob Fatu comes in, literally beats up everyone, but Waller runs away before he can get to them, before they can get to him. So he just left Theory high and dry again. So that's pretty much the solidified the break. They don't win the belts back, and he left him high and dry to get demolished by Jacob Fatu. And I say demolished in WWE terms. He just did the same generic, really high Samoan drop and squash and whatever. So
did they break the barricade?
No.
Oh wow.
No. Not for that one. I think they broke it for the next segment with Cody and Randy.
Oh, of course.
Then they put Randy through the announce table. So that was that. Then we have Raw, which continued the Rhea Liv storyline. No real big news there. Just Rhea pretty much saying that she's going to get her title back at SummerSlam. The match is going to be pretty much set for SummerSlam. And then the rest of the night was Dom trying to get Mommy to forgive him. Dom did drop the Mamacita line, and that just brought me back to like Eddie Guerrero China vibes, so that was nice. But besides that, pretty generic like three-way fight that, three-way love triangle that they're doing. The main event was Jey Uso versus versus Dom because Jay asked Damien if Rhea was single now, and he's like, give mommy my number, like let mommy know I'm available. And Dom's like, no, that's my mommy. So then they had a fight. Oh wait, no, that wasn't the main event. Sorry, the IC match was the main event, but that was a match in there. Harley says, okay, question, how long before Rhea leaves Judgment Day? I don't know how they're gonna do this Judgment Day split. So they have Rhea, and Dom doing their thing. They have Damian Priest obviously being the champion. They have Finn and JD as a little sidekick with the tag teams doing their thing. Carlito's not even in the group. He's just there to say things are cool and not cool every once in a while. Like, even Rhea's like, what the hell is Carlito doing here? So I don't know how this split's going to happen. I think after SummerSlam, Rhea splits first because I think she like wins the belt, tells Dom she's pretty much done with him, and kind of gets away from the group. And then I think shortly after that, Damien splits. I think Rhea goes before Damien, though.
Wait, so you think Rhea beats Liv at SummerSlam?
Yes. I think Rhea gets
Yeah,
the
no
belt
way.
back. You don't think so?
No way. Dom is going to try and help Rhea fuck up, and he's going to help Liv win. This
Interesting.
feud ain't done at SummerSlam.
Well, I need to see how it kind of plays out, but so you're saying Dom turns his back on Rhea.
But here's the thing. No, not turns his back.
I think. That's how I think.
I watched the opening promo on YouTube. I looked it up. So I wanted to hear Rhea's promo to see how she presented it, how the crowd was reacting, or how we were being told the crowd was reacting, if you will. So I watched it, and obviously they're making it where Rhea's baby, Liv is heel, Dom is heel, which we're not going to get into that again.
Yeah.
The dynamics all off, whatever. But what I did see was like Rhea was just being Rhea still. She didn't really go more empathetic
That's
or
what I was saying.
bring up anything.
Yeah,
so they lost that. And then from what I saw was at the end of the night, like Rhea forgave Dom and said that she still loves him. As far as I saw, by the end of the night, Rhea and Dom are not like all's good, but they're good now. So, you think all is good, but by SummerSlam, again, I think Dom is going to legit try and help Rhea. He's going to fuck up, and Liv's going to win, and then that's just going to make Rhea and Dom like completely.
So, what I think, and this kind of maybe goes more to what Harley was saying, is I think Judgment Day still kind of stays together just for a little bit longer after Damien and Rhea leave, but I think it's like a new kind of crappier version where it's Dom, JD, Finn, and Liv. And I think that maybe Dom turns on Rhea. That's a possibility too. I don't know. There's so many different ways they can go with it. It's not the worst storyline. It's only bad because of how they're putting Rhea in it. That's where I'm getting upset with it. But they have a lot of avenues that they can go with the Judgment Day stuff. So I don't think it's like the worst thing. Like I don't hate watching it. I'm curious where they're going with it. I hate what they're doing with Rhea because I feel like they could really have Rhea be a babyface and come in and just literally drop one promo and that's it. But they want to keep this tweener kind of thing going with her, and I don't know. I don't like it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go on to stuff that I did like. So I am starting to change on the Wyatt 6 stuff, personally. I don't know if you've been seeing some stuff, but the way they're doing the promos backstage where they're making it a little more realistic, I'm kind of changing my opinion on... At first, I was upset that they were using the Bray Wyatt death, but now, obviously, thinking more about it, you kind of have to. That's the whole point of this stable. So... you're going to mention it all the time, at least mention it in a way where it kind of makes sense. So they had the whole stuff with Bo Dallas. Then they had Rowan this week kind of talk about how he lost his brothers and how he was looking for a family, and now he kind of has a family and a purpose again and that stuff. So it was making sense to me. Where it advanced and where I think I'm liking it more personally is because of the Chad Gable aspect of it. So Detective Gable this week goes up to keep in mind that the last 2 or 3 weeks, they've aired segments where Bo Dallas has said he's Uncle Howdy. Like, they've not alluded to it, they've outright said it, right? So Gable goes backstage and goes to Adam Pearce and is like, Pierce, I've solved probably the greatest mystery in WWE history. I know who Uncle Howdy is. It's Bo Dallas. And Pierce is like, yeah, we all know. He's like, I know. It was a shock to me too. Don't worry about it. But I need to go out and talk to him. Like, it was great the way he was doing all that. So he calls him out. He calls him out. Bo comes out. Before Bo even gets there, Creed Brothers attack. So now we officially have the Cable Creed Brothers alliance. They look like they've officially formed, which is pretty dope. And then the whole time Bo is getting his ass kicked, he's playing like a joker, laughing in their face as they're beating him up. Bray Wyatt used to do that too. And then the rest of the Wyatt Six came out. So Creed Brothers and Gable cleared the ring, and they just came out, and that was the end of the segment. But it looks like SummerSlam is going to be Chad versus Bo. So I don't know how that's going to be as far as a match, but the storyline, at least Chad's making it watchable. So, I'm giving the Wyatt Six a chance because of the storyline.
Yeah. I mean, that's nice. I just listen, man. I mean, I've never liked Bo Dallas. Like, all respect to Bray, I'm never gonna get into this group.
No, that's fair.
It's not going to happen. And my counterpoint to what you said is what you said about, oh well, you have to talk about Bray, so I kind of get why you have to make the stable work. My counterpoint is you just don't do the stable. But who am I?
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with that. I don't think they should have, but
I don't know, because now, like, okay, so like, what's been going on with Otis, Tozawa, and Maxine? Is that dead?
So pretty much dead. They did interact with them where they were saying, going backstage saying like, oh, we're gonna go help. This was after Chad said he was gonna meet Bo. He's like, oh, we're gonna go help, our friend. He needs our help, blah blah. So then Chad sees them and is like, oh, finally you guys came around. Like you're meeting up with me, blah 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 blah. And they're like, no, not you, man. We're gonna help Xavier Woods with his battle against the Final Testament. And then that was it. Like, so now they're moving on to Xavier Woods and the Final Testament.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that's gonna be a money maker.
Yeah, it's just, like, listen, I mean, until they're in the ring doing something, you can see what it's gonna be like. But right now, like, you tell me Chad Gable versus Bo Dallas at SummerSlam, and I feel nothing.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. That's not like, oh my God, I can't wait for that to happen.
Yeah.
So that was that. Again, giving it a shot, but not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Again, probably just because of Chad. Where do you want me to go first? Do you want me to go IC? Do you want me to go World Heavyweight? Or do you want me to talk about the new women's stable?
Go in that order.
Okay, IC first. So, Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov ended in a no contest. Braun Breaker interferes in that. Oh, and don't forget, we got to talk about McIntyre. Braun Breaker interferes in the match and pretty much just causes a no contest. It looks like they're setting up a multi-man match for SummerSlam. Maybe adding in Sheamus or someone else just for the hell of it. But right now, those three seem to be the core of this feud.
I heard they changed his music.
Yeah.
I haven't heard it, but I heard they changed it and everyone's mad. What else is new?
Not the best. So that was that. I'm gonna jump ahead. I'm gonna jump around. I'm gonna go to the women's stable. Do you know the new women's stable?
The lesbians?
Pretty badass stable. Yeah, the lesbians. That's pretty much
not my name. The internet's named them that.
I didn't know they called
them that. You can't get mad at me.
God damn it, internet. But yeah, Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, Shayna Baszler. Yo, they're a badass stable. I think, especially if their first feud's gonna be with like Damage Control, looks like it's gonna be a pretty good feud. It's gonna be a pretty good stable for the women's division. I think they can like kind of use Sonya as more of the mouthpiece because that was kind of where Zoe and Shayna were having a problem with.
Or Damage Control babies now?
Not really. They're being cheered, so I think they're using that to their advantage, but they're not really baby faces. They just, I think, and I don't mind this is what I've been saying. I think this is just one of those, we're a badass group. You're the badass group that's on top. We're going to take you out to show that we're better than you. Like, it's not a good versus bad thing. This is just a who's better kind of fight, which I don't mind that.
Nothing makes sense anymore, Danny. I feel like such a fucking old man yells at cloud. I can't stop.
Stop it.
I'm serious. I can't stop. It's just like, babies and heels. Just make it work.
Harley said the same thing. If it makes you feel better, you're not going crazy. You're not the only one, bro. Harley said the same thing. They agree.
I know. I just know I feel like a broken record the last few months. But it's just so exhausting. Like, just give me a face and give me a heel. You can muddy the water, but just make the rules defined.
It's not your fault, man. I'm the pessimist. I just try to find the good in it. I don't mind it. I'm trying to
You're the
see.
pessimist.
I mean, optimist. Optimist.
Just say, man.
God damn it. Optimist. All right. Hopefully this will be better. Here we go. Two things that I think might be better for. Well, one because the Drew McIntyre thing I think was terrible. So, Gunther. Gunther dropped a pretty good promo. I don't know if you saw the back and forth between Gunther and Damian.
I did see the promo.
I did like that. I think that set it up where I know you're trying to make Damian more the face and Gunther more the heel, even though people vote for root for Gunther a lot. But when he dropped that kind of promo, I was like, oh man, like now you got some people on Damian's side. Now you got some people turning on Gunther. Really easy storyline to follow, but the way he delivered it, I was like, I haven't heard it like that before, man, and that was great. Like, it's not my fault your parents were fucking poor, pretty much. Is like, fuck you.
And you know what's funny, man? Like, I heard it, I listened to it, because I saw people were talking about it, so I checked it out. And the first thing I thought of, I'm going to poo-poo on him here, but the first thing I thought of was, wow, like, that's an effective promo. And then, like, someone like MJF just yells, ah, you're a poor. And I'm like, that's where, like, as much as I like MJF, he's very, like, low-hanging fruit. And, like, Walter took what MJF said right there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's what I thought of.
Yeah.
Like, how he made it so much more effective
For sure.
in that setting. But
no, I agree for sure. And just him being like, you know, WWE recruited me since I was like 16 while you were on the street and all this. I'm just like, yo, man, shut the fuck up. Like, that's so good. Fuck you. Yeah. So I think he's making that title match more invested for the fans just by his promos and stuff. Like even his backstage thing where he was showing like why he needs to be the champion and why he came and how like wrestlers don't care about championships, they just care about moments, and he's back to bring prestige. I know it's the same old stuff that he said, but like just he hadn't said it in a while, so to see him in a new light with it, I think was really good. And then from the good to the bad, Drew McIntyre comes to the ring, does the Adam Pearce thing. They get on the same page where they're like, oh, perfect. Like, I agree. Things went over the line. I want to be for the SummerSlam match. Let's get it done. And Adam Pearce is like, great. All you need to do is one more thing. Apologize to the referees. And then Drew McIntyre fucking loses it. Can't apologize to the referees of all the things to do. Just can't apologize to the rest because they've fucked him over so many times. So Pearce, hold on, I just need to give you the line. Pearce makes it seem like he's gonna fire him, and he's like, well, you give me no other choice, and raises his voice, and he's like, you're still suspended. And I was like, that's really what you raise your voice for.
Cool. But like, I need to know out of the referees in the ring, were there referees in the ring to apologize to?
Yes,
or
there
just
were
like,
two in there to apologize to. The short one with the really with the like the brolic one with the tan with the black hair. I don't know if the one who gets hit a lot.
Yeah.
The one who messed up the count. Wasn't that the one who messed up the count? The short guy with the tan.
Yes.
And then I think it was one of the black referees, but I'm not sure. But it was two referees.
So it wasn't. See, if you were gonna make that work.
Oh no! It might have been the one of the referees he elbowed. I forgot which. It was two of the referees that were involved in the scuffle.
Okay, I was gonna say at the very least, if you're gonna do that segment and make it where Drew doesn't want to apologize to them, I would have made it be the referee, the girl that gave Punk the shirt backstage.
Yeah, right. Someone who like doesn't deserve the apology. Yeah.
Because then at least that's Drew. Like, no, you gave him the fucking shirt. The other referees, I mean, he elbowed them. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, he's a heel, but like, okay, you should apologize to them. Blah blah blah. At least with the lady referee, you can have a reason where it's like, yeah, I get why Drew wouldn't.
Yeah, no, it was a broken segment. It didn't really work. So yeah, for now he's still suspended, and we'll see how the match.
But it's okay because CM Punk returns next week. Return, he's back.
Oh jeez. So yeah, so that was Raw
my
in a nutshell.
25 CM Punk returns of 2024.
Well, we'll see. That was Raw in a nutshell. You know, it won't be as big as the Roman returns of 2024 or 2023 last year. He had so many.
So I did have one WWE question on my end, and then that's it. So on Raw and SmackDown, have they been in the weeks leading up to and the week following, or like on Raw, for example? Did they ever on commentary or even in the promo or video? Did they ever show, talk about, promote at all AJ Styles and Io Sky going to Japan and wrestling this weekend?
Not that
That's
I
insane
remember.
to me. That's insane to me because like I heard something. I heard that apparently Io Sky wasn't on this week,
Nope.
and they were like, "Oh," and they actually said apparently on commentary, "Oh, Io Sky isn't here tonight because she's still out injured or healing from the attacks from a few weeks ago."
Yep.
And I'm like, that is so fucking stupid because it's like anybody in the know knows Io was in Japan wrestling on behalf of WWE this past weekend. Like if it's a partnership, which it's clearly not, but sure, get your promo,
Agreed.
your fucking jerk off session. Like, where's the promotion?
Agreed.
Bill, hey, Io was just in Japan this weekend. That's why she's not here tonight. AJ Styles, fucking, it just blows my mind. No promotion,
Like,
like in your
what's
own
the
talents
harm in it?
there.
It's not like they're on at the same time and people are going to flip off your channel and stuff. Like, your wrestlers are going to another promotion. You've allowed it. Promote them. What the
Like
hell? Like,
until I see it become a legit two-way street in any way, it's all bullshit,
mm-hmm.
man. Like TN,
it's AEW TNA all over again.
TNA has
Sorry.
gotten nothing out of it, but I mean, no, at least with TNA though, like Omega went there, the Good Brothers went there, the Good Brothers lost sometimes. Omega wrestled on their pay-per-views,
It really
like at
seems
least
that
like
WWE just had them to scout better, like to scout more in person. Because like Joe Hendry, I heard is going to be going over to WWE, which is great, good for him. I don't know outside of NXT how they're going to treat him, but at the same time, I was telling our producer with the videos he makes, you give him WWE production level for his videos, they're going to be internet sensations like more than they are now. So that's going to be great for him. They're
or
going to kill
does
it.
that kill the charm of what it
Or they're
is?
going to kill it. Yeah. Like what they did
But
with Z Hollywood Story.
yeah,
So
that's all I got. I'm done.
hold on.
You have anything else?
Hold on. We cannot go 2 weeks in a row without talking about some of the big news that happened in WWE last week. All right? We're about to skip it again. Ethan Page won the NXT Championship. How have we not talked about this on the podcast? He leaves AEW, goes to NXT, and wins the champion. No, that's not what I want to talk about. John Cena is retiring for legit, whether you like him or not, I don't know. Based on your face, I don't know. But John Cena, who arguably is the biggest wrestler of the last 10 to 15 years, maybe 20, is retiring from WWE. And it seems like legit from in ring. Like he's saying Royal Rumble's last one, WrestleMania his last one. It seems like he might be like hopefully what Shawn Michaels was supposed to do and not go back in the ring after he retires. We'll see. How do we feel?
So I have a long and storied history
Okay.
with Jonathan Cena II.
I don't think.
So the last few years have been relatively peaceful terms between us. And when I heard this news, like a the sleeper cell like awoke in me. Like the catchphrase was said, like the phrase was said, I awoken, and all I can say is good fucking riddance. Get the fuck off my TV. I cannot wait until you're gone. I hope you lose every match along the way. You don't deserve to take up any of this time from any other talent. It is all for money being forced by WWE. This is pathetic, and I cannot wait until it's over. And thank God most of it's going to be in 2025 on Netflix, but I don't have to watch anymore in any way.
Wow.
Fuck you, Cena. Go back to Hollywood, you bitch.
Damn. I did
All I got.
not expect that. Even as much as I know you hate John Cena, I still
Fuck
thought
Cena, man.
the wrestling unbiased fan in you would be like, oh, a huge talent is retiring from wrestling. a huge historical wrestling figure is hanging up the boots, or really hanging up the sneaks, because he never wore boots, or the jorts, and it's not going to be weird because we haven't had Cena, I would say, for what, like 5 years now, probably a little bit longer.
It's pathetic.
But yeah.
Same shit with Brady.
Now, question.
Oh, you get the full year tour. You get gifts from all the states and all the arenas you go visit. Oh, here's a chair from the garden, John.
Question.
Fucking idiot.
Last question
What?
to wrap it up for the night. With how hot you feel, do you think they give Cena number 17?
I only want it because I think it'll give Flair a stroke and kill him, and I want the nervous breakdown to take place.
What the fuck?
So you asked me the question, you're getting the answer. That's the only reason I'd want to see it happen, just for Flair to lose his mind.
I didn't think we were gonna end so dark with the Cena hate and the Flair hopeful death.
Well, Flair's a piece of shit too, but you got me cooking now, so this is on you.
Damn.
Yeah, no. I don't know. Honestly, I'd like them to do it only because realistically, I don't want a tie at the top.
Okay.
I want someone to stand alone.
So that could be Orton too, though. Orton's at 16 also, correct? Or is Orton at 15?
No. Orton's at like 14.
No, I thought Orton was very close.
Actually, no. I think Orton might even be at 13 because him and Triple H are up there, but I don't think anyone's at 15. But
okay, where do they do it? Do they do it at WrestleMania? Oh, you're right. He's at 14. Do they do it at WrestleMania? Do they do it at SummerSlam next year? Obviously not this year. Do they do it at? I mean, do you do it at a minor pay-per-view? You obviously don't do it on Raw or SmackDown. You do it at a pay-per-view.
Well, his run
PLE.
No, it's pay-per-view. You were right the first time. Well, he said his run is going all through 2025.
Yeah, he said the calendar year, it's not finishing at
so
WrestleMania.
I'm assuming they're probably going to like invent or create a new pay-per-view just for him to send him off. Because there's no December, and I'm serious, there's no December pay-per-view. They're not going to end his career on Raw or SmackDown.
They should call it Ruthless Aggression, the pay-per-view.
So I think they're going to make a pay-per-view up for him. And to answer your question about when, if they do it, I'd want to wait to see the pay-per-view schedule for next year, see when they're going to be in Boston.
Based on what you said, he wins it at WrestleMania and loses it at Ruthless Aggression. That's my name for the pay-per-view until they give me one.
It's just, you know what? And like, I don't know. I mean, you can do the same thing for more than one person, but I feel like if they do that, it's just going to wreak so much of Sting as much as it already does.
Well, Sting, no, because Sting retired as the champion. I don't think Cena will retire as the champion. I think they'll give it to him at WrestleMania and he loses it before his little retirement tour is over. I think he has a final run. I do think they give him the number 17 run, but I don't think he retires as a champion, especially because it's your World Heavyweight Championship. Sting retired as a tag team champion. That's a little different.
Yeah, and from the way he was talking, I mean, he brought up the Rumble and the Chamber as like opportunities. So I think he's going to be in the picture for Mania season.
And you're going to hate it.
I won't be watching, so I'm fine.
Hate it.
I won't have Netflix. I won't have Peacock anymore at that point.
I'll give you all the news. I'll update you every step of the way. I'm gonna make a goodbye tour checklist for you, buddy. Don't worry about it. I'll give you all the milestones of John Cena's goodbye tour.
You're not gonna like that.
That's gonna be a segment on the show next year, and it's gonna be everyone's favorite because of how angry you react.
I'm just saying, mark the day, July 16th. If you go forward with this, you will regret it very quickly.
Ladies and gentlemen at home, you heard it. That's where we're ending the podcast today. Mark my words, one of us will not be happy next year. Next week, we will see you on Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great week. Adios, everybody.